All right, so for this one, 16D and 4.6, you're asked to simplify this, right? So what we have to realize is a couple things. That when we have an exponent, okay, it's going to do a couple things, really. It's going to apply to every factor in the numerator and in the denominator. Now, technically, the factor here would be negative 64. So you have to write this as negative 64 to the 1/3. And also c to the 6 to the power of 1/3. Okay, so every factor in the numerator, and it applies to every factor in the denominator. So I'm just writing this all out so you can kind of see what I mean. You wouldn't have to write all this out in your calculations, but just so we're clear. Okay? So that's kind of what that looks like. Many of you are forgetting to apply the exponents to the numbers as well as to the variables. So don't forget that. That's important too. Okay, so that's your first step. So what is negative 64 to the 1/3? That's the same as the cube root, right, of 64, or negative 64. So what's that? That's going to be negative, what? 4, right. So negative 4. And c to the 6 to the power of 1/3, well, you multiply those two. So 6 times 1/3 is 6/3, or, so that's going to be c squared, right? Down here, this is going to be a to the power of 9 divided by 3, which is 3. This is going to be b to the power of negative 1/6. The only other thing that you would want to do is to make sure that your exponents are positive, I guess, right? You don't want to have negative exponents. Exponents should be positive. So you can see that this one factor here has a negative exponent, so that one should come up to the top. Okay? So you would have negative 4, because it's a b, we'll put it in front of the c. That changes that to a positive 1/6. Okay. And then you might change this to a 6th root, but I don't know if you'd have to. It should be fine right there. Okay, does that check out? Does that look like the answer that you got, or the answer from the back there?